Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya eva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Mahavishnu Goswaminiti Namine Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Udirayet Nashtaprayeshva Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistiki Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Jai Bhagavad Gita as it is ki jai, Granth Raj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Shri Chaitanya Charitamrita ki jai, Nectar of Devotion ki jai. Krishnitai Gaur Chandra Premanande, Hari Hari Bo, Hare Krishna. So today's program, my brother's wife, my sister-in-law, her mother passed away recently. So we'll be dedicating today's program, all the benefits for her. There are many others who are also getting the benefits. We'll give her the benefits also for this program today, for her soul's journey at the lotus feet of Shri Radha Krishna. Hare Krishna. So welcome everyone. And we are continuing with the discussion on part 3. But we have had some kind of response where I had posted on the treatment of cow and the milk, etc. So some of you had questions, and I had said, okay, you can have this. If all of you want to do that, we can have this discussion. So we had few devotees who had responded to that. So those devotees are, I think, Pradyumna Prabhu was there, Shushti Mataji was there, then Deepak Prabhu was there, and Om Prabhu was there. Okay? So there's 4. Right. So what were your questions, please, if you can? What would you like to discuss this? No?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Hare
Yes,
Krishna,
please continue. Don't wait for me. Yes, please.
Thank you, Prabhuji, for sharing that link and that point. I actually watched that when you sent it, and I also asked my father to watch it too. So I had some questions about it, Prabhuji. So first of all, like it was very even difficult to watch it. I had to skip some of the content, like because I could not really watch what was happening. So I had some questions, Prabhuji, about that. So my first question was that, Prabhuji, we are consuming the milk that is being treated, and we do not really know how it is coming to our homes. So as a like aspiring devotees, what should be our take on consuming the milk that is coming from such a, like the ideal way would be to have cows at our home and taking care of them and everything, but how should we like uh, deal with it now?
Okay, thank you. And what was the question by other devotees, please? Thank you very much. This question. Good question.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes, Haribol.
Thank you, Prabhuji, for sharing that video. And and I was also knowing it before also that it was in the news and everywhere how cows are being treated as in the. It was not in depth knowledge about how mother cow is being treated in this industries, but we had a hint. But again, we are the main vegetarians are the main consumers of this dairy foods, and it is everywhere: milk, butter, ghee. So how should we not consume them? Or there was another discussion I had with devotees, like Deepak Prabhu. I had with Deepak Prabhu that uh, i- we we can opt out for milk. We can opt out for the local tabelas that is near our house, and we see that they are how they are treating the cows. That is one thing. But again, then uh, other dairies products, these are not readily available uh, locally, so we need to take certain packet foods as well. So the these things are very difficult, and it is really like it has changed the perspective. Like the last video and few discussions have changed the perspective. So should we also go this vegan going on, that we should not consume dairy products, and we should go vegan, consume milk from this almond milks and products which are vegan, not plant based. So that I thought could have been a one answer, but I really needed your guidance on how should we approach these things. Because if we are the consumers, we are same persons, we are also participant of that aparad going on.
Okay, Hare Krishna. Thank you. Similar question to what Haribol asked. Okay, thank you. Who else was there now? Sushri Mataji and Deepak Prabhu. Yes, Hare
Alicia
Krishna.
Prabhuji, thank you, Prabhuji, for taking the class, and thank you, Prabhuji, for sharing the lecture. Yes, Prabhuji, after looking into that video, me and my family, we all saw that video, and we were on the same belief that if we are drinking milk, at the same time we are worshipping cow as mother. So, what should be our take? Should we stop consuming milk? Because if we stop consuming milk, Srila Prabhupada has already emphasized on drinking milk, and we can consume more and more milk products. But if we stop drinking milk also, then there won't be much options for us. So, what should we as a devotee should do? Should we start telling other devotees, like other people, about like what is happening in this world? What should we do? Because after watching this video, my mindset is like, should I drink milk now? Because the milk I am consuming, it is where it is coming. Should I start finding out the reason from where it is coming out, or what should I do in this scenario? It's similar like other devotees' questions, but yes, Prabhuji, for me it was like I've seen this video first time, and so now I'm afraid of drinking milk also.
Hare Krishna. Okay, yes, thank you. So similar questions like others. So three and the fourth was I think Deepak Prabhu, but he cannot join us. He's joining us online. He's written. Okay, so all these questions are good questions. They're valid questions for all of us, and um, it shouldn't happen that we are we well, I was with this knowledge for a long time, I was thinking whether I should share or not share, or what should I do? Because sometimes if people are in ignorance, they are in bliss, The fools remain foolish. They're happily living in the world. So instead of shaking them up, let them sleep, So I said, no, let us do it now. Okay. So, but then it should not happen that I do the hard work and I show this and now I'm answerable for all these questions. It should not happen. It is happening that way. What should I do? Why should I ask me? I just showed you. Here it is. Now you decide. Is it not so? You see, now nobody thinks like this, does it? This is called logical thinking. If you want to become Krishna conscious, especially with me, you have to become logical thinker. I don't like people who are selfish. So far you are sleeping nicely in cuckoo's land. I just woke you up, see this is what is happening. So now what should I do? Oh, I think it's in my head now. Why is it in my head? Tell me, is this the correct way to think of it? What do you all think? Is it true? Yeah, all of you are nodding. It's not a way, correct? No? I just woke you up, right? So why are you putting on my head, man? You do whatever you want to do. You want to go back to Godhead? Go back to Godhead in a way. What am I doing? I just showed you what it is. There are so many things to be shown. I just tried once. So, but anyway, we are in the business of preaching, and preaching is always, nobody has appointed us as preachers except my Guru Maharaj. Did you appoint me as preacher? Any one of you? I want you. Did you write a letter to the president of your country, Prime Minister, that we want Ambrish Das or Ambrish Das from New Zealand to preach us Krishna consciousness? Did you see anything like this? No. So we voluntarily are teachers, right? You accept us as teachers. We are teachers. We are not teachers. We are not teachers. So we say we are nobody. Very difficult. Sometimes we'll have to give you 5 slaps, but we can't. So we said, slap yourself. I slap my face, you slap your face. So we are voluntary. So we are also teaching voluntarily. Everything is voluntary. So everything is come on our head. We are responsible for everything. Big decisions of yours we have to take. Is it not so? And what decisions are you taking for us? Do you stand for us on our back? When somebody criticizes us, do you stand up and say, hey, rascal, don't talk like this, I'll kill you, understand? How many of you will do this? Nobody. I've done it. That's what I'm saying. So it should not happen that we try to wake you up and you ask us only what is to be done now. Tell me. So anyway, 4 of you have asked questions. These are valid questions. It will require some discussion, because as you know, I do not give out answers. I like to discuss the answers, and it should grow. So when so I like to grow answers, for everybody. So what we'll do is this. Today's discussion, what we have decided about final part, finale of our 3 series, is also a very important discussion. We require you to give your realizations from the last week. What did you remember? It's very important to remember. Then there's continuation. If you don't remember, there is no continuation. It's fresh. Yay! What is it? Tell me, fresh again, So my headache. And we used to do it. After 3 sessions, all sessions I used to repeat my first 2 sessions, then speak the 3rd session. And people would sleep. I realized they never understood only. So I stopped doing this. So that will take time, and then I have to give a class also. So I was thinking that as 4 of you are there who are asking this question, so why don't you do one thing? Pradhan Prabhu, you can remind me again, and we'll have a separate discussion for this. We'll meet separately on WhatsApp or something, I'll create a forum for this, and we can ask this question. You can raise the questions, we can answer the questions, and we can do so. So everybody's time is not wasted, in this. Yeah, is that okay? I think it's a better idea. We should do that. We can continue with our program because not everybody is interested in these points. This discussion. So let us not wait. Yeah. Okay. All right. All right. So today we'll start with a discussion for the finale. Yeah. Of if last week we found a solution, and now the problem is this: they found a solution, which we know the solution. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has given us easily, but why still simply by chanting we are not becoming ecstatic? We should become ecstatic. So what is the difficulty? Is it a good question? Yeah, a good question. Again, you didn't ask this question. I only raised the question. And I'm only answering the question. So hopefully it will make some sense, to me, for my benefit. Right. So before we do this discussion, why don't we have a quick roundup from all of you as to what do you remember from last week's discussion? Because these topics are very important topics. Very important topics. Yeah. So who would like to speak, the sort of point? Others can join in as well after that. Very question.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhuji, for the class, last week's class. Thank you, devotees. As Prabhuji, I remember some I have written some of the notes of the previous class. The first is we need to revive our relationship with Krishna, that is Bhagavad Bhakti. And then you ask the question, how do you go back to Godhead? And we can only go with love of Godhead by Bhakti. Also, you mentioned about, are we wasting our Shiksha Guru's time or making them think more about Krishna? Then we also discussed about you should not take association and give association. We should not be influenced by any of them. If you can get association, if you want association, then you can read Srila Prabhupada's books and apply the practical concepts in Krishna consciousness. The last point which I wrote is change can happen when you want to change, when you want the change to happen. And then you also mentioned about the line "Dunya kehti mujhko pagal, main kehta dunya ko pagal." So we were discussing, like Pradyum Prabhu was also mentioning with our family members. This was a line, and yesterday also, when there is one of the point which I was discussing with Pradyum's parents. This point also came up, and we discussed about this point. And then how we can grow in Krishna consciousness, the only relationship with Krishna, how we are serving more and more to Krishna. We are just thinking about serving each and every one of us, but we are not even thinking about doing any service to Krishna, because we are only involved in serving other people around ourselves. So you're thinking about these points the last week. Thank you, Prabhuji, for the class.
Okay, thank you, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Thank you, Hare Krishna Prabhu, for very nice class and sharing the very important topics. So I'll I remember a few points that first of all you shared that the Guru Maharaj said that we are enjoying our suffering. So and then we then you talked about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu freely distributed Krishna Prem, love of Godhead, without seeing any qualifications. And like Jigai and Madhai is the example you gave me, that they made into devotees. So this world is full of Jigai and Madhai. We all have bad tendencies. but it's only the mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that is distributing freely Krishna Prem that we got this chance. And then he talked about the secret is how to go back to Godhead. That we go back to Godhead with love of Godhead. So bhakti leads to bhakti. Devotional service leads to devotional service. We discussed that point. And then you talked about that this society is getting degraded because everyone is associating with lower modes, mode of passion, mode of ignorance, and there is no sign of mode of goodness, and everyone is greedy and lusty nowadays. So only solution is chanting of the holy name, because without that we cannot, because it's no mode of goodness left. So, and modern society is run by Shudra and Vaishyas, so and more, that's why the exploitations happens. Even in the spiritual institutions, if the head is Vaishya or Shudra, it's going to be a problem. And this Brahmanical culture is missing, and that's needs to revive. And how? Because then you gave example of the Sahajiyas, even the Sahajiyas, although they are doing it unauthorized, but they chant Nitai and Gora Nitai, and the tears flows. Even they are getting benefited. What to speak of others who are doing favorably bhakti to Krishna. So these are the few points probably I noticed. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you. His Grace Amrish Prabhuji, Her Grace Vinapurga Mataji, His Grace Krishna Samar Krishna Das Prabhuji for having these classes. Thank you all the devotees for sharing their realizations. Just like I was going through the lectures again, and I'd like just to put everything in that flow. Like first we discussed that how there is a relationship established between a pure devotee of Krishna and Krishna in bhakti, and that is the most important thing. And how even going back to Godhead is a side motive that we have. We may not, even though it's a bait for preaching, but that's not perfection. That perfection is to love Krishna without any side motives. But we discussed that how Krishna keeps his pure devotion hidden. He does not give it freely to everybody. And so how do we get it? The point is that the point that Prabhuji was trying to make was that if it is the only way that we can get delivered. It is the only way to achieve perfection, but Krishna keeps it hidden. So how do we get it? And in the next part, we discussed about how Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu have distributed love of Godhead freely to everybody. We discussed how Jagais and Madhais they were woman hunters or meat eaters and completely drunkards, and how this has become the common practice of Kali Yuga. They are the epitome of what Kali Yuga stands for. And if they were delivered, then what to speak of those who are still a little bit more pious? And we discussed how this in the sorry, Guruji, just 1 second. We discussed how even just by chanting Gauranitai, the pure love of Godhead can be invoked. We discussed so many points about how easy it is just by coming in contact with the Vaishnava, how the Panchatattva's, how they distributed the love of Godhead freely to everybody. But we ended with the question of that if it is still so freely available, then why is it not coming to us? Why are we still so far away? Why am I still so far away from the love of Godhead? We also discussed a lot of points about the current situation of communism and capitalism, about what it means to be doing a job, and how the most important thing is that we should, as devotees, understand our position, what we are, and because from any position we can go back to Godhead, but we should be satisfied in our position, and we should be very thoughtful and very conscious about the modes that we are associating with. And this point that I also liked, Shrishti Mataji also mentioned this, that we should be thoughtful of our seniors and their Krishna consciousness as well, that we should behave in such a way that they don't have to think so much about us. I remember Amrish Prabhuji also said this point that if you have to think so much about somebody, then it's not a very good thing. Like service should be done in a way that you don't have to think, you shouldn't have to bother about it. That should be the ideal. And those were the points that I was meditating on. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, that's what Guru Maharaj, one personal servant came, he became a servant of Guru Maharaj. So he had asked this question to Maharaj, that, how do I serve you, Maharaj? He told me this point. No, I think it came in a writing, yeah, afterwards. So Maharaj said, your service should be so that I should not see you. That means what? What does it mean? It means don't be so overwhelming to say, I've done this service, I'm doing this, I'm doing this. Keep quiet, should be transparent. Everyone's service should be like this. Your seniors, your guru's transparency should be there. Disciples' transparency should be there. Because tomorrow you're going to become guru. So you have to be transparent to your guru. Transparent to be your guru. This is discipline succession. There's the meaning of it. Okay, thank you.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhuji, for the wonderful class last week. Although I was not able to listen it live, I watched the whole class again later. And the one point that I really liked or meditated upon is that point you were talking about Brahmanical culture and how like some of the qualities we are born with and some of them we acquire over the time. And you could give the example of Maharaj, how he handled or how Maharaj were in his dealings. And I think Krishna Prabhuji asked a very good question that we are also doing a job. So we are doing a thing like Shuddha quality, and we are always navigating through those modes of material nature. So how do we actually do that? And uh, these were, I think, some of the most important points that I took from the last question. Thank you.
Yeah, and the Shuddha quality will come. Our essential qualities will always be manifested. When push comes to shove, how you react, is when your qualities will come, and will come. They are the testing times. How much have we controlled? How much have we changed? And that's what a guru always looks for it. Whether the disciple has changed or not. And when you pass that, then all blessings come on you. Otherwise, when things are going normal, it's very good. Very nice, very nice, very nice. I'm sorry. We hear this, So that's not much. So this is where it is. That's why it's very important. The three modes of material nature, we should be very careful about where we are at, what others are at. We don't judge anybody. But at least for ourselves, we should judge for at least our qualities. Don't worry about others' quality. Oh, he's in mode of ignorance, he's in mode of passion. Don't worry about all that. Worry about you. Yes, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, Mataji. Hare Krishna, everyone. Um, Thank you, Prabhuji, for taking the classes. Thank you, everyone, for sharing the realization. There were plenty of points which were very hard for me to understand and digest or meditate upon it. But few points which I remember are the first point is Maya Devi's curtain, the veil is removed only when Krishna's desires. When Krishna requests, only then we can see the reality and get out of the illusion. Then the next point is when we approach Krishna with a business mentality or chant or serve to get relief from suffering or peace, suffering or to attain the peace, it's not pure love. It's still a transaction we do with Krishna. That's why the idea of chanting to go back to Godhead is like a candy, what Prabhuji said, to attract people. If we'll say that, if we'll tell them that chant only to love Krishna more and more, uh, people like me won't come in the beginning, obviously. So that's what I really love the point that
But
one.
you still go back to Godhead. It's not that you don't go back to Godhead. You still go back to Godhead. But what will you do there? What will you do there? Oh, I'm going to sleep now. I'm going to eat now. No, no, no. Then you do serve. Same thing. Much devotional service. That's the meaning of it. It's not that you don't go back to Godhead. You do. Very good. Please, please.
And the other point is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, out of his mercy, unlimited mercy, gave what even Krishna didn't, the Prem Bhakti, the Bhakti of Krishna, pure love, which is freely available to everyone and anyone. The other point was real Krishna consciousness means revival of Krishna consciousness. It's not something we uh, create new, but it is what is inside us, but we have to revive it. That's what is real Krishna consciousness. Other point is by associating with the lower modes of passion and ignorance, we develop lust and greed. So it's very important to uh, think about whom we are associating with and what we are doing. Uh, the other point is temples are not for making profits or for business, but it's to give the knowledge. And we should also go to temples to gain knowledge, not just that I like there or I find peace or happiness there, but to gain knowledge and to understand what real Prem Bhakti is. The point which I realized out of this that this all the miseries we are going through in this world is just to push us towards Krishna. That's what I was thinking about. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. It's good. In beginner's level also you understood so much. It was good. I was very concerned with the beginner's level devotees. This is not for your levels now. But I had to speak this and put it out in the open first. We'll come back, Krishna willing, next week onwards, back to our debating and joking and all that, Not as hard philosophy at beginner's level. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhuji, for classes and waking us up when we are ignorant and sleeping. Yes, that was one of the point, Prabhuji, that we remain ignorant now. We remain, as Pradyum Prabhuji also said, and you also said, that we are doing jobs, 5-4 jobs, and we became to Shudra category, and we are fighting for being in the Shudra category, the communism and capitalism. We are all switched on that, and we also maintain our relationship with Krishna as a business piece. So, and when and if we try not to, it is not happening naturally. And while even studying, we don't ask questions. So, if we don't ask questions, because we don't understand, and why we don't understand, it is not something very hard to understand, but we don't understand because we want to stay ignorant and sleep. So this is the main thing I understood, that if we love, if we want to build a relationship with anyone, there should be a selfless service and the mood to understand the person or what he's saying. So if we want to build relationship with Krishna, we need to study, understand, and implement the preachings of our spiritual master, that we are not doing. So it is again a business, or mostly ignorance. And even if we chant, we are still ignorant, so without implementing those knowledge. That's why chanting is not also improving. That's what I understood, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you for the very nice class, Guruji, from last week, the week before, and also this week. There was, I think, a few devotees also mentioned this point where the discussion came to basically a practical question of how do we navigate through the different, different modes of material nature and being a Vaishya, being a Shudra, and that category. So the main point that I understood was that we have to understand our position. We know that Srila Prabhupada's mission was to bring everyone to the Brahmanical culture, and as people, everyone has certain qualities, has certain, everyone is different in their own way, but we must understand where we are at, and for preachers especially, it's important for us to pray to the Lord so that we can shift our activities towards Brahmanical Brahmanical activities. In this day and age, as we were discussing, it's very, very hard, and for anyone to separate themselves from activities that are Shudra, Vaishya, etc., etc. But ultimately, what we have to do is we have to understand where we are, understand where we lie, and pray to the Lord so that our activities change. So that was one, but also a combination of important points that I learned from the class. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Is that it? Nobody wants to say anything else? So, remaining people then they are fresh now. Huh? Tell me more. Yes, I'm ready to listen. Okay, up to you guys. No problem. Let's continue. So we say that we know the answers. We understand where to go back to Godhead. We understand that love brings more love for Krishna, and we are satisfied in it. When we experience that love of Krishna, then we want to do only that. That itself, the means itself is the end. Do you remember we discussed this point before? That Krishna consciousness, the means and the end are different. In the material world, they are different, but in spiritual world, they are the same. This is the first thing we said. Remember? No, you don't remember. You guys are sleeping. Remember this? We said that A doctor, as long as you're studying to become a doctor, you're not a doctor. You pass exams, then you become a doctor, correct? And we said that while being devotional service, while performing devotional service, when we are being devotee, like chanting, cooking, studying, preaching, meditating, after we realize Krishna, we do the same thing. We don't stop anything. In fact, that the quality changes. Is it not so? That is the meaning of it. Exactly. Love brings more love. We're satisfied in it. We don't want anything else. Okay? It's a little hard at certain level to understand, but this is the mean. This is where to reach that position. So why then by chanting the holy name we don't become ecstatic? Let's hear this now. Answers for this. Okay. कृष्ण नाम करे अपराधेर विचार कृष्ण बलिले अपराधीर न होय विकार कृष्ण नाम करे अपराधीर विचार. So Krishna Nama, chanting of the holy name of Krishna, one who does, take courage, performs, takes aparadhera of offenses, which are a consideration. You must consider that point when you chant the holy name of the offenses. Krishna bali le aparadhira na hoya vikara. Krishna bali le, one who chants Krishna's name. Aparadhira, who are offenders towards the chanting of the holy name. Na hoya vikara. Na means never. Hoya means becomes. Vikara means changed. So you never changed. You have not changed if you commit offenses. So there are offenses to be considered while chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So we understood that Krishna has kept his devotional service far away from everybody. We discussed that, and we discussed that what is our solution, what is our hope. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave it to us. Chant Hare Krishna and be happy. Right. You're happy a little bit, but we're not ecstatic. Why not? That we're discussing now. So there are offenses to be considered while chanting the Hare Krishna mantra. Therefore, simply by chanting Hare Krishna, one does not become ecstatic. Yes, clear answer. By the way, these are so important points. Everything is written by Srila Prabhupada. I'm just a parrot reading. So, therefore, simply by chanting the Hare Krishna, one does not become ecstatic. It's a statement. Okay. So now what? This is what now? Yeah, we discussed 10 offenses against chanting of the holy names. All of you remember? Yeah, raise your hands if you remember. Yeah, you chant. Are we serious about it? A little bit? Somewhat? More? Yes. We should be every day. Very pakka. Because it's Harinam Prabhu. Krishna Nama Rupe. He is the incarnation. Krishna has incarnated in his name in this age of Kali. That is the reason why by chanting the holy name only you can go back to Godhead. You will achieve all perfection. Remember this point. So it is very beneficial to chant. And who gave a solution to us to chant Hare Krishna? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, right? So that's why it is very beneficial to chant Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's name and Nityananda Prabhu's name before chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Therefore we chant Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Ram. And because Prabhupada has not written this, but who introduced us to this? Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. That's why before chanting Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's name, also we chant Guru Maharaj, Srila Prabhupada, and then Mahaprabhu's name. We don't jump directly to them. You see? We have to be very clever. Prabhupada writes it is very beneficial to chant the names of Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, before chanting Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. Because by chanting these two holy names, Sri Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, one becomes immediately ecstatic. And if he then chants the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, he becomes free of offenses. This is as per Shastra. So what will you do? Learn from Srila Prabhupada and chant Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhar, Shri Sadi Gaur Bhaktavinda, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Yes, that's Prabhupada. Prabhupada has said this, right? This is what Prabhupada writes here, correct? But if you're with me, that is not right. Who taught us this? Prabhupada. So you say, okay, Prabhupada, I thank you very much for letting me know. I will do Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and then Hare Krishna Mahamantra. No! You first chant Prabhupada's name. And before Prabhupada, our Guru Maharaj, just Srila Mahavishnu Goswami Maharaj, Srila Prabhupada, then do this. This is the meaning of the process. This is when the shelter, the surrendering. You have to be very clever, and every process is scientifically understood. This discussion may be very advanced, but actually it is very basic. Everything that you walk in the first class, we tell you the same thing. Now at this advanced level, we speak the same thing, giving you more information. But people are like this, that we don't really care. What is told to us, we say, yeah, all right. We take it, minimize it. Okay. Now, there are 10 offenses which needs to be avoided. Okay. The first offense, what is the very first offense? Blaspheme great personalities who are engaged in distributing the holy name of the Lord. So we are not great personalities. Don't be a great personality. I'm not great personality. Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. No, those who taught you Krishna consciousness, they are great personalities. So glorify them. You are sleeping nicely in your cuckoo's land, in your nice holes, in your homes. And somebody came to you, knocking at the door. Yeah, so thank them first. All your Shiksha Gurus. Great personalities. So first is against him. Don't minimize this, because they are not, just as Prabhupada did not say that take my name first, then take Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's name. They never say that you take our name first and then take Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's name. They don't say that. But it's offense you have to be avoiding. Very careful. You were sleeping otherwise, not interested. Cuckoo land. You are cuckoos. God. Right. It is said in the Shastra. What is said in the Shastra? Krishna Shakti Vina Nahe Tara Pravartana. Very important. Krishna Shakti Vina Nahe Tara Pravartana. One cannot distribute the names of Hare Krishna Maha Mantra unless he is empowered by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. See the power of Srila Prabhupada. One personality has changed the whole globe. And he said, how did he start it? Don't think he went to America. First, he did it in India. He did it in Jhansi. He started a League of Devotees organization. It went off very well. Then overnight, it was taken away from Prabhupada. Because why? Because I think the governor or somebody, mayor's wife, wanted to start a women's kitty party there. So they took over the land, the room, one temple or whatever place area. It's the first gave and then he took away. They want to start kitty party. And Prabhupada left the next day from there. It's called the League of Devotees. The Legions of Devotees. Just see. So much enthusiasm he had, Prabhupada had. He did not get disappointed. He said, okay, let's go. And he initiated a disciple also there. at that time. Probably the first disciple of Prabhupada. So, in the Padma Purana, it is stated to blaspheme the great saintly persons who are engaged in preaching the glories of the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra is a worst offense at the lotus feet of the holy name. One should not criticize a preacher of the glories of the holy name, of the glories of the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. Again, nobody can start preaching on his own. He has to be specially ordered and empowered by one's Guru. So that order he gives to others. This is how order is transferred. If one does so, he is an offender. The Nama Prabhu, Sri Prabhupada writes the word Nama Prabhu, it's a master. The holy name is a master personality who is identical with Krishna, will never tolerate such blasphemous activities, even from one who passes as a great devotee. So even if one is a great devotee and he does his offense at the lotus feet of a preacher, sincere preacher, he will not be spared. But that doesn't mean one becomes meek and quiet. If something is wrong, we must speak up. The second is Namaparad. Of the Namaparad described as below. So, what is the second offense? Is in this material world, the holy name of Vishnu is all auspicious. The Vishnu's name, form, qualities, pastimes are all transcendental, full of knowledge, absolute knowledge. Therefore, if one tries to separate the absolute personality of Godhead from his holy name or his transcendental form, qualities, pastimes, thinking him to be material is offensive. Okay? Considering the chanting of the holy name, Krishna. Similarly, one who thinks the names of demigods like Lord Shiva and Lord Brahma to be equal to or independent of Lord Vishnu. He is considered to be blasphemous. The second offense. And the third offense is Guru Aparad, Guru Avagna. Guru or Avagna. To consider the spiritual master to be material and therefore envy his exalted position. Many disciples become envious of the Guru. They're happy to copy them. Happy to copy them. But where we become envious. You've seen it so many times, Prabhupada, Guru Maharaj also. Yeah. I've seen it personally. So be very careful these things. Third offense. Fourth is to Shruti Shastra Nindanam, means to blaspheme the Vedic scriptures, such as the four Vedas and the Puranas, to commit offenses against these four scriptures. The fifth offense against this Vedic scriptures, the fifth offense is Arthavada, means to consider the glory of chanting holy name to be exaggeration. It will not help, it's just exaggeration. To not have complete faith in the chanting of the holy names. The sixth is to consider the holy name to be imaginary. Harinamni Kalpana. The seventh offense is to think that such a Hare Krishna Maha Mantra can counteract all sinful reactions. One can therefore keep on doing sinful activities. That is another seventh offense. We have to be very careful of these offenses. As I said, that doesn't mean we have to be very particular. Just like we are particular about many things, we're particular about the chanting. This is the only process where one can go back to God. So to think that this Hare Krishna Mahamantra can counteract anything, you know. So keep committing offenses and keep committing chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. It's the greatest offense at the lotus feet of Harinam. It's the greatest offense. And the eighth is the offense of considering chanting of Hare Krishna Mahamantra to be a religious ritualistic ceremony. You know, many people are quite focused upon ritualistic ceremonies, you know. They're very good at it. So they think this is also that one. We have many people who come and join because it's a ritualistic ceremony, you know. That's not the case. So chanting should be not when you're chanting, you must concentrate upon chanting, not listening to the class and chanting. I said this before also. It's a wrong thing. Maharaj never liked it, you know. And if seniors do not copy them. Performing religious ceremonies, following vows and practices of renunciation and sacrifice are all materialistic auspicious activities. You know, thinking that way. This is not right to consider the chanting of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra as some kind of religiosity. So as all of you one day aspire to become preacher on our request, you will have to be very careful. We also have to be very careful about these offenses. The ninth offense is to preach the glories of the holy name among persons who have no intelligence or have no faith in the subject matter. दोनों बुद्धू लोग or foolish people and who do not have faith. So these are very do's and don'ts. You know, you cannot sugarcoat it. No offenses. Such people should be given the chance to hear the chanting of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. We must give them the opportunity to chant, to hear at least, you know. But in the beginning, they should not be instructed about those of the spiritual significance of the holy name. Let them just hear it, rather than there are people when they come, they say, "Okay, I feel peaceful. It's very good. It's right. That's how it is." To begin with, let it continue this way. Then slowly they can go. They can participate. They understand the spiritual significance of it. And by constant hearing, so hearing is very important for them. By constant hearing of His holy names, their hearts should be purified. Unknowingly, the purification takes place of our hearts. Then slowly they will be able to understand the holy names. And the 10th is that if one has heard the glories of the holy names, constantly holy names of the Lord, but still continues materialistic conception of life, thinking, I am this body and everything belonging to this body is mine, aham mameti, and does not show respect and love for the chanting of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, that is an offense. So change has to happen. One's heart should change by chanting the holy name. So this third part is the most important part. It is the most technical part, and there are no two ways about explaining this part, because this is how we have to change and be ecstatic in chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Very particular. No external help can help us. We have to help our own selves. Tadasmasaram Rudayam Batedam Yad Gruhyamaner Harinamadeyahi Na Vikriya न विक्रियताथ यदा विकारो नेत्रे jalam gatra ruheshu harshah. If one's heart does not change, tears don't flow from his eyes, and his body does not shiver, and his bodily hairs do not stand on end as he chants the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, it should be understood that his heart is as hard as iron. That's the meaning of this verse. Iron hearted. This is due to his offenses at the lotus feet of the Lord's holy name. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada, he comments on this verse. This particular verse is from the quotation of Srimad Bhagavatam. It's from Bhagavatam 2.3.24. He says that. So sometimes Mahabhagavat, a very advanced devotee, he does not manifest such transcendental symptoms like tears in the eyes. And sometimes Kanishta Adhikaris, neophytes, they display them artificially. This does not mean, however, that the neophyte has become Mahabhagavat devotee. The Mahabhagavat has become neophyte. The test of the real change of heart takes place when one chants the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Is that, what is the test? It is that he becomes detached from material enjoyment. Always remember this. Look at this point. So I may be giving big lectures, but I'm attached to material enjoyment. Then certainly I'm not a pure devotee. I'm not advanced devotee. This is a real change. This is mentioned in Bhagavatam 11.242. Bhaktir pareshanubhavairo bhakti anyatra cha. Not written it correctly. Hold on, there's something wrong here. Bhaktir pareshanubhava virakti anyatra cha. If one is actually advancing in spiritual life, he must become very much detached from material enjoyment. So detachment should be there. And slowly it manifests on everybody. Detachment. But sometimes it is found that a Kanishta Adhikari, a neophyte devotee, shows artificial tears, while chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. But is still completely attached to material things. Yeah. So he's not really advanced to that extent. Little bit of attachment here, there is fine. But we're talking about one who's grossly attached, to material things. One has to be careful with it. We have to be very careful as we're chanting. And slowly the heart is changed. That's our discussion is this, the heart has changed. Because here the heart is not really changed of the person. The change is manifested in terms of one's real activities. What are his activities? Again, devotional activities, studying, chanting, preaching, enthusiastic. Same. What devotees are studying in the nectar of instruction, utsahan nishchayat dhairyat tat tat karma pravartanat. These are the symptoms which are manifesting. So in Kali Yuga, we are very interested in judging other people. So judge with this. Are the 6 symptoms there or not? Rather than tears and all those things. So one should chant the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra to attain love of God. See, this is a fact. Eka Krishna Nama Kare Sarva Papa Nasha Premera Karana Bhakti Karena Prakasha. First, simply chanting the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra without offenses vanquishes all sinful activities. It destroys all sinful activities. 2. Thus, pure devotional service, which is a cause of love of Godhead, becomes manifest. So it is only this one name of chanting Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. It can destroy. Yeah. So one cannot be situated in devotional service of Lord Krishna unless one is free from sinful life. So sinful life should be finished. See, there's a verse, nice verse, Bhagavad Gita 728. Prabhupada used nice reference here. No? Yesham tvantagatam papam jananam punya karmanam te dvandva moha nirmukta bhajante mama dhrudavataha. It's very nice. We should have a separate class on this verse. It's so beautiful. Guru Maharaj has good, very nice lecture on this. I was there at the time. Persons who have acted piously in previous lives and in this life, and whose sinful activities are completely eradicated, are freed from the duality of delusion, and thus engage themselves in my service with determination. So our past karmas also hamper our today's determination in bhakti. So we should be thoughtful about our own actions. That we are in this material world, so we have done something wrong. That's why we are in the material world. No? We can't think we are pure devotees. Other people have done wrong things. This is Maya, illusion. Thinking that I'm all right, I'm chanting Hare Krishna, but he's not all right, or she's not all right. So a person who's already cleans of all tinges of sinful life engages without deviation or duality of purpose in the transcendental loving service of the Lord. As we discussed, in this age, everybody's jagai madai, sinful. So simply by chanting Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, one can be relieved of all sinful reactions. Completely possible. We just have to be a little mindful of these 10 offenses. That's it. Nothing else. And chant Hare Krishna Maha Mantra with full faith, and we're done. Love of Godhead. Eka Krishna Nam, only by chanting Krishna's name is this possible. Kirtanad eva Krishnasya. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has also taught us this. That while passing on the road, he used to chant. This was a particular mantra which Mahaprabhu used to chant, So listen very carefully. Krishna, 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 Hare. Krishna, 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 Hare. Krishna, 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 Raksha Mam. Krishna, 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 Pahi Mam. Rama Raghav, Rama Raghav, Rama Raghav, Raksha Mam. Krishna Keshava, Krishna Keshava, Krishna Keshava, Pahi Mam. This is how Mahaprabhu used to walk in the forest of Jharkhand forest. Jharkhand, it's a new state in India. It has become Jharkhand. It was Jharkhand forest. Chanted like this. It made all the animals dance together, wild animals also. If one chants the holy name of name of Lord, holy name of Krishna, gradually he becomes freed from all the reactions of sinful life, provided he chants offenselessly. That is our choice. It's our choice. Is it not so? Is it not fair? We want very soft formula, very good formula. Chant Hare Krishna, you're good. Yeah, good. Offense should be there. Mindful of offenses. So, and does not commit more sinful activities on the strength of chanting of the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. In this way, one is purified and his devotional service causes the arousal of dormant love of Godhead. This is how the dormant love of Godhead will be aroused. Now the link completes when we heard for the first time in a beginner's program, reviving the dormant love for Krishna. How is it revived? This is how it is revived. Just simple. Our 10 offenses, chant Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, done. So simply by chanting the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra and not committing the sinful 10 offenses, one becomes, life is purified. That's it, very simple. And thus one comes to the fifth stage of perfection, which is prema, or engagement in the loving service of the Lord. What is fifth stage? Engagement in the loving service of the Lord. I don't think that you'll have two horns up there, on your head. Prema Pumartha Mahan. Yeah. And while chanting, when one attains that chanting, what happens? There are many bodily symptoms that happens, perspiration, heart throbbing of the heart, faltering of the voice, tears in the eyes. All these things come when loving service to Krishna is awakened. Because what to do? Even when we perform devotional service, we still want material desires. People should glorify us. Big problem, That's why pure devotion must be anya bhilashitta sunya, without desire of any material motives, anything material. So when one achieves this advanced stage, automatically these symptoms will appear. One does not need to imitate anybody. Now see, even this is a great thing, to become a devotee and sitting and listening to these lectures and listen to the reading Prabhupada's books is a great thing in today's world. Everybody wants to watch movies on Sunday, go for parties, dance. So many things are going on. But we are sitting and listening to this hardcore philosophy itself is a great thing, So don't beat yourself up very badly. A little bit of beating is okay, but there's no other way. That's only difficulty, There is no other way. This is the only way. As a result of chanting Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, one makes such great advancement in spiritual life that simultaneously his material existence terminates and he receives love of Godhead. Two things happen together. The holy name of Krishna is so powerful that by chanting even one name, one very easily achieves these transcendental riches. So if one chants the exalted holy name of the Lord again and again, yet his love for the Supreme Lord does not develop and tears do not appear in his eyes, it is evident because of his offenses in chanting the seed of holy name of Krishna does not sprout. Remember this statement. Hena Krishna nama yadi loya bahu bar. If you take Krishna's name, bahu bar, many times, Tabu yadi prema nahe nahe ashrudhara. Still we don't achieve love of God or the tears in the eyes. Tabe jani aparadhe, tabe jani aparadha, tahate prachura, Krishna nama bijatahe na kare ankura. So this is the reason why. It's evident that because of his offenses in chanting the seed of the holy name of Krishna does not sprout. So if one chants the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra offensively, one does not achieve the desired result. Therefore, one should carefully avoid these offenses, which have already been described in connection with the previous verse that we discussed today, 24. We started off 10 offenses. So these are the only reasons why we are not able to chant ecstatically. And that includes me. But that is for me only. Sorry, not include me. That is for me only, not for all of you. But tell you one thing, as it is mentioned, the author Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami Maharaj, when Thakur explains that the name of Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Sri Advaita Gadadhar, Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. This chanting of the Panchatattva mantra is so powerful. To chant this mantra, there are no offenses. No 10 offenses to be avoided. See how interesting it is? The servant of the holy names, there are no offenses. That's why I chant their names. But chanting Hare Krishna has a lot of offenses. That's why, in fact, it is mentioned that neophyte people should not even go to Vrindavan. They should even not even chant Hare Krishna mantra. They just chant Gauranga or Nityananda. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda, Sri Advaita Gadadhar, Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta. Make them chant only this much first. As they purify slowly, then they'll chant Hare Krishna mantra. But we do it fast anyways because we're following the orders of our acharyas. And the same was instructed to us. You see. Otherwise, it is recommended that for beginners, new devotees, they should not go, they should not chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra, they should not go to Vrindavan. They won't understand anything. What do we do actually? We go there, look at this temple, we go there, this is what Krishna did this past time, oh very nice, come here, do this. And then do what? You know, our heart has not changed. Our heart has not changed. That's why it's a bit advanced. It's a very advanced stage, Vrindavan. That's why Mahaprabhu, that is why the difference, Krishna and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu are the same, potency is the same. The difference is Krishna gave conditions, Mahaprabhu is the same Krishna saying, without condition, we know rascals are not going to do anything. No qualification of people. Just chant. Amar Agnar Guru Hona Tara Edesh, Jared Dako Tare Ko Krishna Padesh. He gave this order. Why would he say this? He knows rascals are not going to listen. What is the option? What is the choice for us? That is why Mahaprabhu. So please, you must take advantage of this situation. Make the most of this situation. Very lovingly chant. It is our appointment with Krishna. Harinam Prabhu. Carefully avoid these 10 offenses. I just skip through this part very fast, it could get very dry otherwise, because you've got mix of devotees, here. But there is a lot of hope. Still Krishna's name, even if one chants without or with offenses, not offense against the holy name, I'm saying without thinking, without unknowingly, he gets benefited. So if we chant with some faith, how much more benefit we'll get? So all of us, all of you, basically, all of you are so fortunate. You're so advanced that in this age, this time, you're still able to chant and ready to preach, so enthusiastic. So all glories to all of you. Do not feel disheartened. This is very good. The process itself is an end. And we'll achieve. Prabhupada says chant 16 rounds, follow 4 regulative principles, avoid these offenses, and you can attain love of Godhead. And you do not require anybody to give you a certificate for it. Nobody has monopoly over love of Godhead. Only Krishna has got a monopoly of his love. He can award it. Yeah. So this is the reason why there is no ecstasy. With this, we conclude our 3-part session on this topic. First, Krishna keeps his bhakti away from everybody. Second part was, so what is our chance? Mahaprabhu is our chance. Third, if he has already given Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, why we're not feeling ecstatic? Because of this reason. Solution, chant Mahaprabhu's name first. So his mercy, Nityananda's mercy, Lord Nityananda's mercy, we have got this. Mercy to chant the holy names. So it's our only treasure. Any difficulty, you don't know what to do, chant Hare Krishna. You don't know what to do, left, go to right, chant Hare Krishna. We are dying, chant Hare Krishna. We are alive, chant Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. That's it. Simple. Purely chanting, unpure chanting, chant Hare Krishna. Morning time, night time, daytime, chant Hare Krishna. So many times, normally it is said chanting should be done in the morning part. Sometimes it is so difficult. I was chanting the other day at what time, man? 1 o'clock in the morning, 12 o'clock. I had to finish my rounds. I was so busy there, with all these things. And I was not doing some other activities. I was not busy with other things, important things. But no, negative chanting. They said negative chanting in the night. Agreed, negative chanting. But chant anyways before you go to sleep. You never know when you wake up, you'll wake up or not. Wake up, chant Hare Krishna. Sleep, chant Hare Krishna. That's it. Nobody can stop you from chanting. Even those who have given you the chanting of Hare Krishna, they can also not stop from chanting because chanting works on itself. It's a magic formula. Yeah. Hare Krishna. Srila Gurudev ki jai. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Shishanitai Gaur Chandra Premanande. Hari Hari Bol. Hare Krishna. Anyone wants to say anything or any questions? Please ask them. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. I was listening, Prabhuji, but I was not on the camera. Thank you, His Grace Ambarish Prabhu, Her Grace Purni Pagna Devi Dasi Mataji, and His Grace Krishna Samarpan Krishna Prabhu. It's a very revolutionary discussion, Prabhu. I don't know about new devotees, even devotees like me, who think that we have been practicing, and we are great. All those aparadh, you never know when they actually manifest and when they actually very subtly get into your life, and you start that becomes your habit. So what I would like to say that it's a good revision, and it probably needs to be reminded more often. And yeah, of course we should do it. So, and you are so right, Prabhu, that this is the only reason following those 10 aparadh in its totality and its true sense is our wisdom, is our level of interest. So, and so that's the realization I take it. I was listening very attentively that this 10 aparadh, I've heard this after a long time. Actually, we should. I remember you told us that we should read it every day after Arthi and all those things. So we get engrossed into habit. I'm talking about myself. That we start and we get into, I'm preaching, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I'm doing so it becomes your habit and you get distracted. So thank you for sharing it's very basic, but it's very advanced as you said. And this is all we are trying to practice, and this is our success. And I was listening to Prabhupada or reading Prabhupada somewhere that nobody can judge you how realized you are. Somebody asked him this question that Prabhuji, Prabhupada, how do I know that how I'm realized, how much I'm realized? So Prabhupada said that you get hungry, we get you chapati. So when you eat chapati, who tells you that your stomach is full or not full? And I said, okay. So it's only up to us that we know in our heart, we are our judge, that how realized we are and how sincerely we are following this regulative principles and all those ritualistic things. We obviously it becomes a ritual after some time, but we start doing aparad very it comes very subtle, Prabhu. So that's my take from today's discussion. Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Yeah. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Also, with this, our own modes have to be done. As we discussed that part in the last lecture, last class. Where are we? What is affecting us? It's very important. And these are within us. Our body, our past karmas, our adhikar. It's called adhikar. Depending upon our adhikar, we get this. Adhikar meaning what? Our own karmas. Because of adhikar. So some things may not affect, say for example, it doesn't affect you, it affects me. Or affects all of you, it affects me, it doesn't affect me, it affects all of you, or affects you, this is different, this is how it is. Very precarious condition. There is no question of feeling proud, in this world. No question of feeling proud. Yeah, so that's why this point that we had, it was the second 2.5 point last week, about this, even Prabhupada talks about communism, Vaishya and Shudra and Brahmanical culture. This is very important, the Brahmanical culture. There is no other option. But we can be anyone and go back to Godhead. That's also a point. As long as we follow this, we are honest to ourselves. Yeah, Hare Krishna. Yes, anyone, please. To say anything.
Sorry, Prabhu. I would like to just share some more. So you rightly said, Prabhu, and these modes which affects us, and it's again very subtle, and it's again the modes start from our desires. The desire is our starting point, and from there that Krishna's energy start taking over, and we never know where we are going. And you just discussed about this temple situation and all those situations, and I have also very closely seen it. And that's why I never got attracted to many people and many devotees, because I could feel it, that it's why it is like this, why it is not like that, and are you following this? And even if I've spoken to them, sometimes they say that, okay, if you don't have money, how do you run this temple? And oh man, Prabhupada started with $30. Okay. And then they start giving example. Prabhupada was like this, Prabhupada used to travel like this. Man, can you sleep 2 hours in a night? Then you start talking about Prabhupada. So that's so, as you said, it's very precarious, and we are our own judge. In fact, we are not our own judge, Prabhu. I sorry to say like this. You need somebody who can tell you that you are rascal number one. That's our biggest problem. We cannot digest this. And because and that comes only out of mercy, because devotee will not tell you that you are rascal. They will also say, yes, both badhiya. Yes, your chanting is very nice. So for us to come out of this situation, somebody has to hold our hand, and somebody has to walk it through, show it how it has to be done. And it is our choice to whom we connect. How do we connect? Again, those modes thing come into play. So sorry, bro, I could not share this before, but yes, that's what my take from the previous class also. Thank you, bro.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So,
Thank you very much, Prabhuji, for the nice reminder. And as mentioned by Avinash Krishna Prabhu, it is not, it seems simple, but it's not so simple as well. And I was just remembering a few of Srila Prabhupada and Srila Gurudev's quotes regarding chanting, quotes or you can say pearls of wisdom. So I know that Srila Prabhupada once just finished the chanting of his rounds on the particular day or something like that. And there was this conversation where Srila Prabhupada said, now finish my 16 rounds, now I can do whatever I want to do. And that when I heard that for the first time, I thought, this is the consciousness that I'm having, that I want to finish my rounds, then I can do whatever I want to do. Well, that's not really good, right? That's not how it should be. You should feel like you want to chant constantly, and that it is not enough. Why is the 16 rounds is a limit put to you, and that's it. You're just going to abide by that. So where is your there is no limit by any material standards. How many number of times do I say to the person that I really like you or love you? Oh, you say 16 times and that's enough. No, I've said 16 times, that's enough. I don't need to say any more to you. I'm done for the day. I felt like that. Because you are trying to pray to Lord Krishna that please, Lord Krishna, Radharani, please engage me in your devotional service. I have done 16 hours, Krishna, that's it. I'm done now. I don't need to request anymore. Now I can request other things to do, So yeah, I was thinking it's a very, that thing, just one sentence where Srila Prabhupada keeps staying with me so many times. Many times, especially when you have those busy days and then, your schedule goes completely out of track. And then it's, you're fighting against time. The days, or 24 hours just run and like that. So yeah, so I feel like that, these pearls and these conversations that Srila Prabhupada has, it's just one time and that's it. I don't need anyone to tell me anymore, and it keeps coming. So that was one thing. And the other thing I was thinking was when you're mentioning about the offenses, the 10 offenses and our consciousness of chanting. At that time, I was thinking about Srila Gurudev, His Holiness Mahavishnu Goswami Maharaj's one quote, which also always comes to my mind about how we can improve our level of consciousness. So this comes always to my mind, that in trying to save your face, you're killing your soul. This I've mentioned earlier in many other contexts also. But I think that this is a condition when the person who doesn't know what is their own benefit, we are trying to save our face in front of all the people that we are coexisting with, maybe. And in doing so, are we actually being genuine? So this instruction for me, I think, is very, it's touched my heart, and it's very important because that will bring out the purity, that will start your purification process, isn't it? Otherwise, I'm trying to look good, I'm trying to be good, and that's not taking me anywhere at all. I'm not good anyway, By appreciation of 10,000 people around me, I'm not going to go back to Godhead. But by sincerely being in my efforts, being genuine, I may not look very appealing or great to the audience, but in my heart, if I'm pure, then that reveals ultimately, and that is going to help me. So for that purification process, I should be able to hear, even if things are not palatable, or I should be even I think that to be real is very, very important. And if we don't, then we are actually doing disservice to our own self. There is no progress. We are just surface level. Everything is just surface level, and we all know it also. We all, because as Prabhuji quoted about Srila Prabhupada saying, how much I've eaten only you know. This, we all know how sincere we are and how sincere we're not also. So I was just remembering just a very different example in terms of when I was studying. And there were different papers. And so the exams, like the papers which you really like to study about, you're really giving you 100%. You're really genuinely doing it. Whereas there is a few papers which you don't like to study, but you have to study, right? And so you're just doing it surface level. You're not putting the efforts. You're getting the results a similar way only. And I remember only one time I had this one paper which I had not attended the lectures or something. I had not even studied properly for the lecture. And the whole night I studied I had only like some of the things I read only first time. But I did it very sincerely. The whole night I did not sleep. I did it very sincerely. And then I could get the results. So this is just a very basic example. I'm sure all of us must have gone through it. And this is an effort in every single activity that you're doing. Your work also. If you really, and this actually it has helped me in my work also, This Srila Gurudev's quote that whatever you're doing, even at work, you should give your 100%. You give your 100%, then you don't, expect the results. That you leave it to Krishna. That has helped me so much, because then the genuinity comes, the sincerity comes. Even in your material work or anything that you're doing, if you do it very nicely and sincerely, the result of that, the outcome of that is just amazing. And it is very motivating by itself. So I just feel that, and it is not possible. I understand that, the laziness factor is there, then the disinterest factor is there. All these things are there. The material world is, the modes are there, as you mentioned. But even the small things we all experience. But then this is the most important thing. This is the only thing that we need to really, really focus on in our whole life. All our devotional activities, everything has to be focused on chanting. And that preference has to come from the heart, not just because it has to be done, because it's said in the Shastras that you do this. No. That I don't think that will bring that the quality of the fabric that we are looking for. That fabric should be like Srila Gurudev mentions a fabric. How you nurture it, it comes out. So yes, it is a challenge, but it is also not a challenge. If we decide we want to do it, then I think it's possible. So I think we need to have more of these kind of just conversations, because it's a reminder. Not only a reminder, it's also sometimes it just goes in the background. And so it's very, very important. I don't think this is very basic at all. I think it's so important. It just motivated me now to feel like I want to put more efforts into my chanting as well. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. A heartfelt message. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you so much for having this class and sharing this knowledge with us. I have a question, and I'm not quite sure how to frame it. But you mentioned about the first offense, which is the blaspheming the devotees of the Lord who have engaged their life in spreading Krishna consciousness, and how Srila Prabhupada do not tell us to chant his names before chanting Hare Krishna, but we do it as a matter of respect, because he is the one, Prabhupada, the one who've taught us. And I was thinking about this point that how do I understand how to pay those respects to my Shiksha Gurus, because even thanking them before the lectures was something that you told us to do, that it did not occur to me individually that this is something I should be doing. And now we do it, but how would we know, and how do we how would we differentiate between this and like mentally concocting something or doing something wrong or prematurely and sincerely wanting to give our respects? But I don't know if I how to frame this question, but just like how did we know that we should be doing this for Srila Prabhupada? And yeah, I don't know if you understood my question, but yes.
I'm trying to. Hare Krishna. Yeah, so for Prabhupada, the glorification of Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj, that is how you've been taught, This is how it is. Yeah, that we should do. That's how it is. In our Hare Krishna weekend, that's where it stops. Mahavishnu Gosai Maharaj finished, stops there. We don't add any other prayers before that. That is our, yeah. I do not want it. If in the future, if the program continues, future generations, after I'm dead and gone and finished, somebody wants to start on their own, they can do what they want to do. But this is not my mood. Somebody may be a guru, very elevated also, it can come in the programs and he can preach. It's possible, all those things. But no, we leave it at Mahavishnu Gosai Maharaj. It is there with it. And when I was debating myself that why we make people are saying thank you, for us, and we're not stopping it. Initially, I stopped it. I said, don't say that. And then I said, no, you must say that. So what is this then? And you've been trained up very nicely by Vinasha Saraswati Mataji. It is their credit. And I'm sure other devotees who will listen to this class, they say, what is this going on? In fact, I have been criticized already. Why are you taking this credit, glorification and all that? And I've been thinking very deeply about this, very deeply. This glorification of ours, when thanking is not for us. It's thanking actually Guru Maharaj, who instructed us to preach. And the blessings Maharaj says is continuing, and it is continuing us. Even Avinash Prabhu is doing, others is Sanjay Prabhu is doing, Shiva Prabhu is doing. They are doing their own things, preaching. And other future will be also coming, thanking them. But others will not ever never understand this. See, we are not a one-off program who do one program, run for a few weeks, few months, and then stops. It's great, people do that, it's wonderful, nothing wrong. But I have seen, it's just an observation. So many of them have started, hundreds, and they stop. When they start, there's so much enthusiasm, everybody wants to go there, they criticize you, minimize you, you say nothing, they're doing it, and they're stopped, finished, long gone. You are still continuing, like it's going on and on. It is an education institution, so we say it's a study group. So in a study group, we will always have, this is how I understand this. This I'm explaining this point very elaborately. This study group is like a small study group, small university, small school, small college, small university, where students are going to come, students are going to go. They graduate and they still come. That's what devotees have told us, those who understand. They say that we have seen other preaching institutions where they preach, make devotees, and they are fending for themselves after that. Whereas in your case, you are still continuing them, you're still engaging them and holding their hand, and then they become preacher, you're still giving them training. I said, yes. So this is universal. This is very different. Yours is very different to others. Now, in this situation, we don't take any credit of anything. There's no charge. There is no cost to involve. So if devotees thank, what is wrong with it? They should thank. So those who criticize us to say, why are you taking this credit? The simple question from us should be, what is your difficulty? This person or this group of devotees are thanking the teachers for teaching them. That's what they're doing. So what is your difficulty? You tell me. Their difficulty is only their ego. They are not doing any preaching program. They are not part of our preaching program, but sitting outside, they'll sit and criticize. Why? This is their ego. Only ego. Otherwise, what is the difference? You go to the school, don't you thank your teachers? Thank you, teacher. Good morning, teacher. Since childhood, you are doing this, right? Good morning, teacher. That's exactly how it is. Thank you very much for conducting the program. What are we saying? Thank you for training us and conducting the programs. What is wrong with it? Now, if you don't do this, just like we have trained you to say thank you, if you don't say this, I can guarantee you, you will minimize this also. So what nonsense? They're rascals. You won't even occur to us to thank them. That's why Prabhupada's prayers also Prabhupada had to write, pray like this, Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasad. They did not know. You see? So this is the answer. I hope I understood in some way what your question was. So to that extent, glorify Guru Maharaj and Prabhupada, we are satisfied. And I would like to keep it to that till all generations of devotees who are going to come in the future, they glorify Mahavishnu Goswami Maharaj, Srila Prabhupada. That's it. Of course, they thank us. You should be thanking as we start in the programs. Your immediate tutors, immediate shikshas who taught you, and us, and Guru Maharaj and Srila Prabhupada. You may not be able to thank all the teachers behind us, but this is how it should be done. I mean, there is no mother prayers for us, nothing like that. Just thanking in the program. Thank you for when we are dead and gone. This is thank you for Amrish Abhu, Punapagya Devidasi Mataji, and Krishna Abhu for starting these programs, training all of us, and holding the programs still going. You know, and that's it. And that's it. And once they glory thank us, we thank them. Everybody is satisfied. Problem is done. No difficulty at all. So that's how it is. Very simple. This is why we have kept the line as Bhagavad Vidhi, Sikshala. And we have not bound you with any way. I don't like to bind anybody. It is voluntary. It may sound sometimes very firm, but it is needed for your bhakti. Otherwise, if it is hanky-panky, then everything goes, you know. And this also is by Mahavishnu Goswami Maharaj. You see, Maharaj had known this long ago, how I conduct the programs. When we were nothing, in my home, few devotees, Maharaj Ambarish's program is very strict. But that same cannot be applicable in temples. That they cannot be strict like this. I said, I don't want to be temple, that's why. So you can be strict. Maharaj knew this long ago. Maharaj said this. Devotees have told me this point also. If Maharaj told me, slow down, he says, okay. I said, no, Maharaj. Rascals will never change them. But internally, we are tolerating so many things. That by actions, if you're intelligent, you understand so much has been tolerated. Always say this, but it's not tolerated. Forget it. Let it be. You'll be surprised. Sit in our shoes. You wear our shoes for 1 day. 1 day only. And then you'll understand. So many people ask us so many important points, discussion and all. We do all those things answerable, sticking your neck out. We say, but who are you? I'm nobody. And we remain nobody. You see? That is how it is. This is how it has to be done. And because approved by Mahavishnu Goswami Maharaj, that is all sanctioned. Nothing, I did not start anything new. You see? We are very strict. We are very strict. Yes, that's right. You think going back to Godhead is so easy? Everything goes, then you find somebody else. No problem. I'm not saying they are wrong. I'm saying that I'm like this. You understand this point? It is very important. I'm not criticizing anybody. You see, you may find somebody else and say, okay, you chant Hare Krishna, don't chant Hare Krishna, you can go to Godhead, fine. You can go. We don't bind anybody. It's free. It's free. And somewhere, hopefully, that is what Mahaprabhu may like one day. If Guru Maharaj Prabhupada would like one day and say, this is very nice. They're nobody. They're taking everybody's responsibility. What is it we say? We are not in charge. We take charge, but we are not in charge. Yes, we take charge as long as you allow us to charge. As I said, no, by starting off the discussion, you never appointed us to be teachers. You did not come searching for us. We came searching for you. Avinash Prabhu came, in your case, he's come searching on our request. They did. It's there. They are the first people who get the credit. First, immediate. And there's no two ways about it. You see? So this is how it is. We are in charge. We take charge, but we are not in charge. So in the future, if somebody wants to be in charge, they are on their own. They are not following my mood. See, so there is mood, there is instructions of the guru. Then there are followers who become also Shiksha gurus or gurus. They have got their own mood. This is my mood. It's approved by Guru Maharaj. Nothing new. So I don't have a very big mood. I'm just saying just like that point. I'm very strict. But we are giving freedom, no problem. Still, we do this, don't do it, no problem. It's up to you. We are nobody. If you do this, it's for your benefit. Don't do it, don't worry. Try it one day. One day. Very difficult. In a day and age where you pay 1 rupee and you think you own the person, try being nobody. Yeah, and be for at least 20 years, at least 8 to 10 years. Of 10 years, you'll understand this. Not before that. 10 years of preaching, sincere preaching, week in, week out. You understand it already. 8 years, they say, I'll say about 10 years. Yeah. Then you understand what I'm trying to say. You don't understand. That's why people, when they say to us, why are you taking all this credit? You know, Maharshi Goswami never do all those things. I said, that's right. We don't fight with anybody. But his question is raised. So what is your difficulty to thank us? Is it not a correct question? That's it. What is your difficulty? If they thank the teacher, what is your difficulty? Something is pricking you somewhere else. Your ego. That is your difficulty. All glories to them. Chant Hare Krishna and be happy. Is it okay? You got your answer?
Yes, Prabhuji. Perfectly. Got my answer. Thank you so much.
Jai Hare Krishna. And I know when I say them, when I tell them that what is your difficulty, I know their answer. They say, no, it is not my difficulty, but it is wrong. This is not, no, it's your difficulty. What is your difficulty? You tell me. It is wrong. It is wrong. What do you mean wrong, right? Who made it a judge? Have you done this program for 5 years? Did you start the program? 10 years? 7 years? No. 2 years? 1 year? 6 months? No, but you sit and criticize. You see? This is why this question is a very nicely framed, you know. So what is your difficulty? You should ask a question. As I'm using everybody. Anybody asks, say, what is your difficulty? Somebody says, why do you thank them all the time? Just look at them and say, what is your difficulty? Don't say, what is the difficulty? You say, there's a different point. Then they say, Prabhupada did not say this, Prabhupada did not say that, all those things they will say. You say, no. What is your difficulty? He's teaching me. I'm feeling gratitude. I'm saying, thank you. All my questions have been answered. So I'm saying, thank you. What is your difficulty? Rascals, you know. Complete rascals. But that's okay. We are rascals, not them. Material world is like this. It is our difficulty. So we are staying in this world. It's not fit for people at all. We're very happily, comfortably staying nicely. You know, cushy number. We go to sleep in our bed nicely, you know, and eat our nice food, you know, and chanting Hare Krishna, you know. Yes, okay, Hare Krishna. Anyone wants to say anything else, please?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Sorry, just one last thing. Even though I didn't put any message on the beginners group about the video that you shared, these questions shared by Pradyum Prabhu, Srishti Mataji, Om Prabhuji, and Deepak Prabhuji are very nice. And if it is, I would also put that message on the group as well. But if it is possible, then I would also like to be a part of that discussion whenever that happens.
Sure. Hare Krishna. Okay, wonderful. So we'll conclude this program then, our 3-part series. And by Gurudev's mercy, hopefully, anyone wants to say anything? Sorry, I'll wait for 10 more seconds. Okay. Normally we do this, but 10 more seconds.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Thank you, Amrish Prabhu, our guest Punpege Matajin, and His Grace Krishna Samarpan Krishna Prabhu for conducting these programs and training us. And thank you, Prabhuji, for his very nice lecture. I think I couldn't able to attend the first 2 parts properly because I was back in India. But this one I can able to actually attend the full program. And I was thinking, I had this same question to myself, because we've been chanting many years, and I always thought that actually initially my chanting was much better than nowadays, So actually I used to think what changed, So I always gave myself a reason because we become more busier, So I do not have a exclusive time for chanting. So we try to actually somehow used to complete it. So yes, Prabhuji, I think the 10 offenses, that you actually explained, that actually is a main hurdle probably that we are not actually feeling the ecstatic feeling, that actually that was explained, by actually discussing this program. So yeah, we do recite those all the 10 offenses, almost every day, and it's always a good reminder actually that we are actually not committing those offenses. But today's discussion was very, I thought it's quite revealing, as I agree with Daminash Prabhu's view as well, that somebody need to remind us, all the time. Even sometime we actually recite the 10 offenses in 2 minutes and we actually move on to the next actually part of the puja. But I think I have to think myself, actually, are we committing these offenses? And same, even Punpege Mataji said that actually we have to actually motivate ourselves, or if you think over this subject matter, and if you're really serious about actually improving the quality of chanting, then I think it will be possibly helpful, to improve as we go. So is that, probably my question was, is that the only 10 reasons that our chanting is can be hampered, or is there anything else that can also hamper the chanting?
No, as you receive the chanting, when a bona fide succession, that is the first thing. One cannot concoct the chanting. One cannot create one's own mantras and start to chant, So this should be bona fide. The mantra should be bona fide. So that is one thing very important. There is a bona fide mantra, nothing concocted. So as long as it is bona fide, it is coming to the cyclic succession. That is given to us nicely, properly. That is 10 offenses becomes very important to us. If we take it as an appointment with Krishna, that is very, very critical. It is never easy because, like last week, we discussed about the 3 modes of material nature. It pulls us very badly. It is, and that's how our mentality is. What we should understand our mentality. That point I have not emphasized enough. This point, because it may not be very palatable to people. But because you raised this point, I'm telling you this way. One should really understand what kind of modes are one getting affected. What is one's adhikar? It's one's thinking is what is passion. It's never passion or one. It's always a mixture of many things. What is one's affecting? With it, chanting 10 offenses needs to be avoided, and then submissive to the Panchatattva mantra, and who gave to us Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. And with that humility, one can chant. And very important with it, very critical, is the Shikshastaka, the 8 instructions left by Mahaprabhu. But ultimately, he is our Guru. He is our main personality whom we are following. He started this whole movement. So 10 offenses, our own position that we are in, and it's not very important, our position, modes affecting us is not, but it's important to understand because it will keep us in our boundary. Then we will see what modes are affected to other person. If we are not judging our own modes of our own self, what's affecting me, then we will never understand what is the modes on which the other person is working on, at what capacity is working. I'm not able to understand this, explain this point clearly. We may have our own limitations, but our ego will stop and say, yeah, it's about this point, but other person is doing easily. So that means he's overcome certain things. So he's at a different modes than my mode. So I don't interject in that person's position, spiritual position. So to that extent, it is important. And with it, thus 8 Siksastakam, the verses. If you are not particular about this, I can guarantee you, you will bring your ego in the middle. I can guarantee you. If you do not understand modes affecting you and modes affecting your devotees, including your own tutors, you will bring your own intelligence in it, your own capacity. And it's very difficult. Very, very difficult. I've seen it. I've seen it personally with people doing it to other senior devotees. Guru Maharaj, everything has been shown by Krishna to me. And probably because I don't know how I understood it very well. I do not know how I understood it well, these points. These are my personal realization. These are not the scriptures, this point. But this program, I'm servant, so I'm telling you my realization. So I work within my limits to this point. That's why the thinking, and I said that as seniors, as your guru teaches you to think about Krishna all the time. Yena kena prakarena. Hook or by crook, make become devotee of Krishna. That's what they think, right? You also preaching. So you're thinking, how do I engage these devotees in the Krishna? Now imagine this, one of the followers think like this about you. How glorious is that? Now that particular follower is in mode of goodness. Everybody else is lower modes. They're like, children are really selfish children. Selfish is not in the sense they're selfish. I'm saying they are just grab. I want this, I want this, I want this. This is how people are all the time. When somebody says, let me stop and say, what do I do to make you remember Krishna? So for that, it is very important to understand our own position. Otherwise, we throw our modes on people. That's the reason why we say in preaching, do not take people's modes. Don't take the association. Give them association. And as preachers, if you're not particular about this, then your lower people will throw their questions, throw their thinking on you, and you will change your thinking. And you will definitely change your thinking if you don't do this. You will definitely, they will influence you to change your thinking. It may come from your own family members or from other people who are close. You will not be thinking like this. You don't want this, but they force the thinking. Say yes, and you are in it. You don't know why you're in it, but you're in it. You're gone, finished, and nobody can help you. So this is significant to this extent that you understand your limitations and you will work within your limitations. And I was told by the devotees to say that, you have got this one capacity. You are not ambitious to come and do this and change that and becoming big leader there. I said no, but within my program, I'm the boss. I'm the servant, basically. Things go as per what my thinking is, because this is my authority by Guru Maharaj given me. You understand this point? But I never enter in other people's authority. It's their position. So it is very critical how others think. And when you see that somebody's got a better capacity or lower capacity, you can easily, don't judge them, but judge yourself. That's what I said this time. Okay, I can do this, I can't do that. Okay, that's fine. This is how it is. But do not, that one thing Maharaj had instructed me, I written it down. Devotees' time is very, very important. Do not waste their time. That's what we mean to say. That as you, as a teacher, you're a preacher, you think about devotees' upliftment. So that is fine. People will not think about your upliftment. That is normal. People always say, what is in it for me? What is in it for me? What is in it for me? I've done it, I'm gone now. This is very lower modes. And you don't want to think about these things and affect yourself. Because they don't even know this. You know this because of your higher elevated thinking. You see? So these are very important points in your chanting. This also affects your chanting. Your own position, what you are in, the 10 offenses, the Sikshastakam, and your own position, what you are in. Once you do that, then you are not transgressing in others' modes, others' authority, because it is their adhikar. This is your adhikar. And your adhikar can change if you submit to Nam Harinam. Harinam can do anything. Harinam can take you back to Godhead. Harinam has got a capacity. All energy has been put in the name. Sikshastakam says, no, you're chanting of the holy names. You invested all your energies. The first instruction is that. Mahaprabhu says this. It can change anything because you invested all your energies. Krishna's energies are invested in his name. And we have to appreciate this. If you're not, because of all our own past situations and the current situation, that has to be understood. It is very intelligent, what I just said right now. It's very difficult. But if you can do this, then there is a difference, there's a catalyst which changes ordinary devotees into extraordinary devotees. Normal chanting into extraordinary chanting. This is the point. I did not raise it before because I did not know whether I will be able to articulate it better. But because you raised the point, if I say this, then I will not be able to answer clearly. So I give you a bit more answer. Is this clear? What I explained to you, this answer is clear?
Yes, Prabhuji, I think I didn't thought like this dimension that it can also affect the modes and others modes and how we get pulled into it. But yes, Prabhuji, thank you very much for explaining that. Yeah.
Okay, Hare Krishna. Anyone wants to say anything else, please?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you for the amazing class and explaining how powerful and important chanting is. I was thinking on this topic last week, and I think it was answered also in the class, but with my lack of ability to actually articulate and understand, I still need a clarification on one point that we were discussing on this point since the first class that chanting is an expression of love. But I was thinking that, like, I make a lot of offenses. I am distracted all the time when I'm chanting, and I have my mind all over the places. And plus, a lot of things, offenses. But still, is it an expression of love or not? Because I am not chanting in a certain way, or I'm distracted all the time. So, is it still an expression of love or not? That's what my point was.
Hare Krishna, Mother. Thank you for your question. It has raised an important point to me because even I get disfocused by chanting all the time. It's nothing new. But our dear Lord Krishna also knows that it's our choice to be in the material world. That's true. He knows that. But now he knows we're trying to crawl back out of it. And the three modes are going to affect us because we got this material body. It'll just take away like this. You say, I'm going to concentrate now. I concentrate 1, 2, 3, 4 seconds, I'm gone. 4th second, I'm gone. Only 3 seconds I'm able to concentrate. You see? It is still expression of love. As long as you don't give up. Meaning, still chant 16 hours at least. And still fight with yourself. You don't have to fight with the whole world. We have no time to fight with the whole world. We are too busy fighting with our own self only. So it is still expression of love, no doubt about it. And Krishna knows that it is a difficult task. But what he likes is that he still stood up, she still stood up and still fighting. And Radharani is a secret, She is a secret. Radharani is a secret. She is Krishna's secret and she is our secret helper. And all our acharyas are through followers of Radharani. You see? So it'll help us. You're still in the beginners program. It's a very nice question you've asked. And keep fighting. It is still expression of love. There is no doubt about it. Because chanting the Hare Krishna Mantra is expression of love. Yeah. This topic, as I said, is a little, not little, it's quite high. Although then we've watered it down a bit more slow that everybody can understand it. For my understanding, but still it is a bit hard. And it's good questions you've asked. There's nothing wrong. It is still expression of love. You see, I'll put in a, because you are a logical thinker, I'll put in a perspective, okay, for you. Okay, let me see if I'm able to express this better, okay? Articulate it better. Just bear with me, all right? As I choose my words. If you love somebody, generally in the material world, you see, you feel, you touch, you love. And you're expressing your love to the person. Here, we are expressing the love to the personality who's in the name, who can be felt, but cannot be seen. Our senses are used to seeing, touching, feeling, hearing. But here, we are using our same senses, dull senses, to use our senses of the soul to feel, touch, and experience because it is in the name. So you will always find it a little hard to be victimized by the three modes of material nature. You say, whom are you loving? There's nobody there. But Krishna is there, he's waiting. This faith is what the acharyas give us. You chant Krishna's name, Krishna is standing in front of us. So with that, if we train our mind to say, here is Krishna, and I got disfocused, I've gone somewhere else. Let me come back now. Let me talk about Krishna. Krishna, I'm loving you, and I got away because he's not there. He's still there. So we will always struggle with this initially. Initially, for a long, long time, because we are not able to feel it, but we can experience him. And the maturity is when we are experiencing and feeling him. And say, yes, he's not here, but he's still there. And he's not complaining to me. How sweet is it? He's not walked away. Next day morning, I'm still chanting his name. Or next moment, I'm still chanting his name and he's still standing in front of me. How sweet is this? Is it not sweet? So this will be our faith. And this will strengthen us to experience his presence in our life and the change that we want. And we are able to express our love more efficiently if we know that, thank you, you're still again. I'm still chanting your name. Otherwise, we cannot chant Krishna, Coca-Cola, Coca-Cola, if Coca-Cola is not there in front of us all the time. But chanting Hare Krishna is still there. This is the meaning of Prabhupada said that you can't chant Coca-Cola, Coca-Cola all the time. But Krishna you can chant because he's a person there. We may not see him, we may experience him. And we may get disfocused because we are using our dull senses to experience him. And the modes are taking us away. But we're still bringing it back. And this, ultimately, the struggle will stop and say, Krishna will say, now enough, Maya Devi. This soul is this enough. I like the person. This Radharani says, she's not telling me to go. I'm gone for it. Allow this soul to come to me. And the patience is very important. Nishchayat dhairyat. Utsahan nishchayat dhairyat. Utsaha, enthusiasm. Nishchayat means dhrad nishchay. Nishchay means determination. Dhairyat means patience. To keep going again and again. Again and again. Tat tat karma pravartana. And for doing that, I give up association of people. Sangat yagat. Krishna, for you, I've given up association of people. Sato vrittehi. With this thinking, Shagbir Bhakti Prasiddhyati. The pure love increases. When you love somebody, you say, I love you, I've given up everything for you. If you reject, I have nowhere else to go. There's no plan B. This is that plan B. I've given up the world. Okay, we don't give up, we say minimize things, what it is. I love you, you reject me, I've got nowhere else to go. No plan B, Krishna. So people said, no. Yeah, I said, Krishna, I said, I do not know whether he loves me or not, but I love him. Amen. You know. So devotees say that, I do not know whether he loves me or not, but I love him. That's enough for me. Thank you very much. Chant Hare Krishna and be happy. This is madness, and this is what it is. This expression of love. So this is love. You just extrapolated that point. Is it okay for you?
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhuji, for explaining.
Are you sure?
Yes, I understood what you were saying.
Very nice. All the best. As I said, this is a little hard at the beginner's level, but good you're here and listening to us. It's inspiring us. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you very much, Prabhuji, for your very good class. And thank you for the pointers that that will help me to purify my chanting, because I'm full of all the offenses. It's very, very sometimes difficult, but again, who to blame is myself. But the points you explained very nicely, Prabhuji, and thank you very much, devotees, for asking the questions and bring out those points, right? This expression of love and other factors also disturb us or affect us, and how to focus on the chanting. And chanting is a personified. It's a Naam Prabhu. As you that point, I was meditating that yes, we commit offenses against Naam Prabhu, and that's why these things happening. And I'll make note that Prabhuji, although we sing Shikshashtaka and 10 offenses we recite every morning, but need to put more attention to that. Why that the point that you rightly said, that is our mode we have to identify, and then we'll be able to tell if other people's modes as well. Because first of all, we need to identify our modes, because I don't even know, like the three modes are complex and they're affecting me, and that's the first step to identifying. Thank you very much, Prabhuji, for explaining very deep points. Hare Krishna.
This is then Bhagavad Gita. What affects mode of passion? What affects ignorance? What affects goodness? What affects? You can understand where we are at. It is for me. I struggle. So these are my realization. This is not as per any big thing. Just my things. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Abhishu, I just wanted to tell you that yesterday we celebrated Pradyumna Prabhu's birthday. So is it possible to sing him?
Yeah, no problem. No problem. It's very nice. We are dedicating today's program to my sister-in-law's mother who passed away. But that's all. We can celebrate the birthday. No harm at all. Perfectly all right. Very good.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Pradyumna ji, very nice. We'll sing for you. Okay. So we conclude today's program with this. No more questions. Anyone say anything?
Prabhu, just one more question. As I was thinking, when we chant, actually, because initially we trained to chant louder. So by default, I chant louder, but sometimes you're in a situation like I was traveling, so in the flights, and I can't really chant louder. So I actually started to chant, very small. Actually, I try to actually, what do you say? Try to chant in my mind, actually, without actually, I used to try to utter. So is that have a big impact? Means I wasn't actually initially not used to it, so I struggled for a few rounds, and then I got used to it, and then actually I can chant. But uh, chanting louder means is I think it helped me to focus. But some people chant, without actually I can't even hear when they're chanting. So is that have big impact how we chant?
There are many answers to this question. Okay. To simplistically say, there are also some mantras which are chanted in the mind are more beneficial, as some of them say, than chanting out loud. Chanting out loud is not a good thing. But our Hare Krishna Maha mantra has to be chanted out loud. At least we can hear it. That much we should do. Mind, because mind will go away somewhere, So as you say for yourself, that, and it's for everybody, for me also, helps us focus. That it helps us to focus. So if you can chant on the murmur part, we're chanting ourselves. But if you're alone and sitting next to the, they'll think, what are you doing? What happens there, So it's a little hard, and yeah, I mean, yeah, and mind is a little not recommended. What is done is done. Next time, if you got a chance, you can tell people, listen, I'm trying to meditate now. I chant a mantra quietly, a bit slow. Do you mind? I will not disturb you. Just let them know. Don't think I've gone mad or something. I'm just chanting. I get it all the time, I get it all the time. Even this, I was chanting on the streets, I remember chanting on the streets. And some rock kids, those urchins, the local here, say, what are you doing? You're chanting all this, girls who are there, number of girls who are, you're counting number of girls here, I looked at him as a small child. I said, what is this? I said, how are you? Such a nice. Then I spoke to him. He's a good kid, but living on the streets. He started living on the streets here in New Zealand, So people will say a lot of things. Although you may think that you are not chanting loudly, but they say understand. When I walk in the neighborhoods and they say, what are you doing? Chanting and all, what are you doing? All right. So they understand what I'm doing, So it's a little hard when you're traveling like this, but sometimes I also chant with my chanting beads also on the plane. So they understand I'm doing meditation. They say, what are you doing, Muslim or something by the door? I said, no, it's okay, I'm praying. Sorry, I didn't want to say anything recorded, so nothing like that, but it has happened that way, My experience. I said, no. But then I chanted my fingers, But if you feel this way, if it's a little difficult for you, just let the neighbor know that I'm going to meditate now. I'm chanting. If it's okay with you, I'll do it. No, I won't disturb you, but just so that you don't misunderstand me, Okay, I've gone mad or something. I'm just chanting, I'm just meditating, I just want to meditate now, chanting some mantra. So that's all that I would do. I don't know. You can find a better solution, but answer is that you must chant a little loudly, at least little, so you can hear, if you can. Or best is wear a mask. Best nowadays is not a problem. That is best. I wear a mask and chant Hare Krishna. Nobody knows what's going on. Your fingers are moving. That's it. Yeah, that you can do easily now, thanks to COVID.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yes, Prabhuji. Yeah, that happens actually because the same thing happened because I was started chanting the Narsimha mantra first and then chanting, and the lady next to me, she got kind of scared. So, so yeah, then I just showed my counter, and then she was relaxed. I think she thought me like some kind of jihadi or something. So yes, that's fine, Prabhuji. Yeah, thank you for the solution. Yeah.
Right. You know solution yourself anyway. Hare Krishna. Okay, we'll wait for 10 more seconds if anyone wants to say anything. Okay, Hare Krishna. So, Pradyumna ji, you said happy birthday. It was your happy birthday yesterday. Did you have a cake or something? Eggless cake?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Creamless cake? Butterless cake? Oh no, what did it? But Prabhuji showed me on my birthday one day before. God, what kind of cake? Have laddus, man. Forget about it. What cake? Yeah. You put cake and you put candles and you blow the candles. We don't blow candles. Our way is to light candles. So if somebody blows the candles, there's no problem. You must have a small lamp lit at somewhere, lighting. So we light lamps. We don't. The lamp is closed when people die, man, in our culture. You know? Yeah, we don't do that this way. So that's fine, wonderful. You must have cake. I also have cake. If I can have cake without sugar, without this, without that, and lovely cake, you have my cake, you will not eat your cake. Your cake is rubbish. My cake you have is very healthy, man. Superb cake. It's all good. Very simple also. So had cake or not?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Very good. Double decker cake or single decker cake?
No, small cake. My mom actually made a syrup like offer to Krishna.
Yes, yes. Very nice. All the best. All the best. You must keep having cake. Very nice. But you must share it also, people, what if you share this cake yourself? That's not right. Just bring it here and say, here is a cake I eat on your behalf. To give it to her, I would do like this. Here is a cake on your behalf, and I eat myself. All right, great stuff, great stuff. All right, let us all sing together for Padrimna ji. Very nice. If you can unmute yourself, please. Okay, let us sing all together. 1, 2, 3, start. Happy birthday to you.
you. Happy
Happy
birthday to
birthday to
you.
you.
Happy
Happy
birthday, dear Krishna
birthday,
Prabhu.
Prabhu.
Happy
Happy
birthday
birthday to
to
you.
you. Hare
Hare Krishna
Krishna.
to you.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna to you. Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna to
Krishna
you.
to
May you
May
never
you
be
never
born
be born
again.
again.
May you
May you
never
never be
be
born
born
again.
again. May you
May you
go
go
back
back
to
to
Godhead.
Godhead.
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
to
to
you.
you. Haribo,
Haribo.
Haribo, Haribo. Kaduna Prabhu ki jai.
Jai.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you, all the devotees. Thank you so much.
The
Very
cake is
nice.
due,
Hare Krishna.
Pradyumna Prabhu. Next time we meet you, okay?
The cake
Yes.
is due. Bring the cake. Tease us. Here's your cake. I am eating on your behalf. We'll be even more. No, we want the cake. But have no chocolate cake. Have carrot cake. That much is true. That's it. Baki to theek hai. Very nice. Very nice. All the best. Okay. So whose turn is it to sing Maharaj? Maharaj, please hear us.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Navina ji. तुमचा टर्न आहे.
Yes, Prabhuji.
खूप छान, खूप छान. Sing nicely with actions, okay? We'll follow you. Okay? 1, 2, 3, start.
Maharaj, Maharaj, please hear us.
Maharaj, Maharaj, please hear us.
We have learned some real good stuff.
We have learned some real good stuff.
Maharaj, we have learned one thing.
Maharaj, we have learned one thing.
And today for you we will sing.
And today for you we will sing.
If our room is clean,
If our room is clean,
then our mind is clean.
then our mind is clean.
If our mind is clean,
If our mind is clean,
we can do anything.
we can do anything.
If our room is dirty,
If our room is dirty,
then so are we.
then so are we.
And if we are
If
dirty,
we are dirty,
we're not happy.
we're not happy.
Wasting time
Wasting time
is the greatest crime.
is the greatest crime.
Because wasted time
Because wasted time
means a wasted mind.
is a wasted mind.
So best use your time
So best is your time
when you're in your prime.
when you're in your prime.
And your whole life
And your whole life
will be sublime.
will be sublime.
If your wealth is gone,
If your wealth is gone,
then there's nothing wrong.
then is nothing wrong.
But if your health is
But
gone,
if your health is gone,
that's a different song.
that's a different song.
But if your character dies,
But if your character dies,
then the world will cry.
then the world will cry.
Only saintly behavior
Only saintly behavior
lets humanity thrive.
lets humanity thrive.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
We must always remember Krishna
We must always remember Krishna
and never forget him too.
and never forget him too.
But how are we to practice this with so many things to do?
But how are we to practice this with so many things to do?
That is the greatest question.
That is the greatest
And
question.
here is the greatest clue.
And here is the greatest clue.
You must learn to work so nicely that Krishna remembers you.
You must learn to work so nicely that Krishna remembers you.
So listen very closely
So listen very closely
and make your thinking sharp.
and make your thinking sharp.
Let's learn how we can live and work so Krishna won't depart.
Let's learn how we can live and work so Krishna won't depart.
If something's due tomorrow,
If something due tomorrow,
finish it today.
finish it today.
And whatever is due today,
And whatever is due today,
do it now, don't delay.
do it now, don't delay.
Your friends might be lazy
Your friends might be lazy
or doing bad things.
or doing bad things.
You think again,
But you think again,
don't follow them,
don't follow them,
and you will win in the end.
and you will win in the end.
Whatever work we're given,
Whatever work we given,
we do our very best.
we do our very best.
We only live with what we need and give Krishna the rest.
We only live with what we need and give Krishna the rest.
This is how to live, to work, and to play. If you learn to live this way, we'll see Krishna every day.
This is how to live, to work and to play. If we learn to live this way, we'll see Krishna every day.
And when our time is up, he'll take himself above. We'll sing and dance with him with our hearts full of love.
And when our time is up, he'll take us up above. We'll sing and dance with him with a heart full of love.
So chant Krishna's names, his glories and his fame. Is the only way this world will ever become same.
So chant Krishna's names, his glories and his fame. This only way this world will ever become sane.
Now please ask this greatest question
Now please ask this greatest question
and find this greatest clue.
and find this greatest clue.
You can only remember Krishna
You can only remember Krishna
if Krishna remembers you.
if Krishna remembers you.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Jai Holiness Mahavishnu Goswami Maharaj Shri Gurudev Ki Jai. Jagat Guru Shri Prabhupada Ki Jai. Shri Kartik Mas Ki Jai. Shri Nitai Gaur Chandra Premanande Hari Hari Bol. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Shrimati Mahavishnu Goswami Namine. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Shrimati Bhaktivedanta Swami Namine. Namaste Saraswati Devi Gomani Kusaya Nirvishesha Devari Pashacha Desarane. Hare Krishna. So now I would request all of you that by end of this month, 31st of October, so 1st of January, 1st of November, please all write your offerings to Guru Maharaj for Guru Maharaj Vyasa Puja. Okay, and everybody should write, and those in the team, encourage your team to write. Okay, those who are not written, I'll take a call on that point. So that will be a unilateral call. If they did not write, it's up to them, no problem. It will be up to us also. Right? So please, because I think everybody in the program has benefited because of Maharaj. So it's Guru Maharaj Vyasa Puja. I believe everybody should write. So please let them know. And we have a lot of time now. So 1st of November, please email it to us. wecan.mbg@gmail.com. Regular email address. Every year we send the same place. Okay. Thank you. Krishna willing. We'll see you next week. Same place, same time. Till then, chant Hare Krishna and be happy. Hare Krishna.
Well, I think Padimapur raised his hand.
Prabhu raise his hands.
Yes, I wanted to ask that you said that we'll discuss on that topic. So should I ask the question on beginners or
What topic? What the
about
cow?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah, no, that's right. I'll let you know. Just let me know. I'll let you know when we can meet. We have to meet online. The five of us now. Mataji also wants to join. So we were four of you, either you were. So the five of you. So we'll meet online. I'll let you know when we can meet. And we can all. Hopefully, it should be comfortable with everybody to meet time-wise. So that's fine. I'll work it out accordingly. Yeah, and we can talk.
Thank you so much, Prabhu.
Okay. All right, Hare Krishna. Thank you very much, dear devotees. See you, Krishna willing. See you next week, same place, same time. Hare Krishna. Till then, chant Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Krishna
Thank
Prabhuji.
you
Hare
so
Krishna.
much.
Thank you,
Thank
Prabhuji.
you, Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Thank you, Krishna Prabhuji. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna. Hare Hare. Hare Ram. Hare Ram. Ram Ram. Hare Hare.